Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and like always, thank you so much for the support. This is probably going to be a banger of a video. We get into a lot of action, a lot of PvP, and we make a bunch of money. We are still using the same exact kit from the last video. So if you didn't check it out or the buying process of it, make sure you go watch the last video for the full breakdown and what stats I kind of prioritize when I'm building the kit. But really quickly, before we get into the video, I want to thank you guys so much for all the recent support. It's absolutely insane. I think from last video to today, so in literally one day, there's been like over 50 new subscribers, and it's really awesome to see that you guys absolutely love this content. It makes me really happy and definitely encourages me to keep making it. But anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Alright, so for game number one, we spawn in the top left of the map. And I know that usually the prison is a spawn point, and I actually do hear somebody, so let's check it out. Alright, and pretty quick fight there. Unfortunately, he was pretty new to the game, or just trying out the plate lock build, which is not great in my opinion. You lose a lot of what makes Warlock great, which is high movement speed, a lot of survivability from heals, the ability to dodge and stuff like that. But nonetheless, GG, and let's move on. So yeah, literally no need to edit this part. I usually cut in between segments, but we find our next fight right away, and it is a cleric. Alright, so this was a little bit of a calculated gamble. I know he's extremely low on spells, so I was thinking that he might try to heal up and get some of those spells back. So I decided to go for a gamble campfire here. And unfortunately, it seems that it doesn't work. He is in just pure push mode. So right back into it. And now is when he finally tries to reset. Unfortunately, I no longer have a campfire, so pretty big disadvantage going into the second round of this fight without Second Wind. Alright, we do finally commit to the Allin and do manage to end up getting the kill. He's not even that geared, which is the real scary part about this. It feels like Cleric is in a pretty decent spot right now, or maybe it's just that Fighter's in a really bad spot. But nonetheless, GG's. That was a really fun, challenging fight. So we'll take it and we'll move on. And for game number 2, we spawned in the bottom right of the map, and we rushed the troll boss, and this is what happened. And that's the awesome thing about this specific build, is that you never really have to worry about long sword parries, because we are using a dagger. And it looks like he was pretty timid out, but we'll grab some of the meds, campfire upgrade, and we'll go ahead and move on. Alright, so this is game number 3, and this is probably one of the more fun games I've had in a very long time. A lot of close calls, some pretty fun PvP action, and one of the awesome things about this game is that it's not just about the PvP, it's also about managing your surroundings and dealing with PvE effectively. So let's get into it. Alright, and it was a pretty scary call there. We both get stuck by PvE. Unfortunately, he did get slowed by the beetles, and I think that's ultimately what led to his downfall. When you get stuck by the beetles, you got spiders on you, you're definitely in trouble. So I do start kiting all this PvE away, see if I can go ahead and manage to kill it all. This room is particularly easy, you can just jump down, kind of reset, and slowly kill things off. So let's fast forward a little bit. We managed to clear all the PvE, and luckily for us, this was one of the more geared players in the lobby, and we managed to get him early on. That was actually a pretty scary fight because he had thrust, so we're taking even more damage from him, but we're also dealing some pretty decent damage ourselves. I think he had like something like 170 HP at the time in the lobby when I inspected him. So yeah, he was pretty tanky rogue and definitely did a lot of damage. But really good fight. That was a lot of fun and a lot of anxiety dealing with all that PvE train that he created. Alright, and GG to RMP, really fun fight, pretty decent gear, so we'll go ahead and take most of his kit to try and sell later on, and after that we'll go ahead and move on to the rest of this game. And the last fight, which is pretty insane in my opinion, and was definitely a lot of fun. Enjoy. Alright, so I see that the troll boss is dead and that the door is locked. So usually I just try to pressure this and see if I can catch him looting or catch him off guard, but I don't see anybody here. So I go back to see if I can check the troll, and loot is still on it, and that essentially tells me that it's somebody pretty damn geared that most likely went to do both of the bosses since this pile isn't looted. So quickly I'll check the Marvelous chest, find a couple of yoinks, but at this point I don't really have space. The kit that I got from the rogue is pretty decent, so I'll just pick up some lockpicks and we'll try to go ahead and see if we can find them at the Cyclops. Alright, perfect. So we do hear somebody hitting the gold pile, so let's see if we can push this. Alright, and now we know that it's a bard. My number one thing I want to try to accomplish during the fight is to make sure that I don't fight with weakness on me. So let's see how it goes. GG to @ChrisTTV Bard. Looks like another content creator. Just had to pop my heal here because I know the ceiling is going to start coming down. I'm going to start taking some damage, and his kit was absolutely insane. The problem is I just did not have time to loot all of this. What I should have done is probably drop the entire kit for the rogue and just pick all of his stuff up. Some pretty damn good gear. So trying to like not panic but loot as much of the good stuff here as I can. So I'm just really trying to manage all of this, and at this point the only thing that's going through my head is I gotta go, I don't have time, and it is definitely a nail biter. Spoiler alert, we do get out, but with just a couple of seconds left on the match. The amazing thing is just his jewelry alone was more than the kit that I was wearing. I think this kit we spent about 3k. The amulet alone I think went for like almost 2k, like 1700, 1800. Both of the rings were like 800 to 900, and then the rest of the gear was pretty insane. So just this game alone paid for the entire kit, even though last game or last video we were already profitable on this kit. So this video I think we ended up making another like 4 or 5k just in pure profit. So even though fighter is nerfed basically to the ground, this build is just able to stay afloat. Anyways guys, again, thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you for the next video.